Welcome to Raw Dog Game Reviews. Well, I guess it's just going to be the Raw Dog Gaming now because I've decided that it takes a long time to finish a game and I've got a busy schedule. So I'm starting a new segment called Raw Dog Game Impressions or just Raw Impressions. I'm going to say Raw Impressions. So what's going to happen here is that it's going to be the same thing as my reviews, except I'm not going to finish the game. I'm going to, play a little bit of the game, maybe a couple days worth, I don't know, see how I feel with each game, and I'm going to give my raw impressions of the game and tell you what I think about this game on my first play. And we can also go ahead and compare this with the raw reviews that will come out. So we can see if my impressions changed and how I felt about the game changed. So I think this will be fun, and I want to make more content, and I want to have a fun time trashing on games and just talking about games. So I think we're going to do this. So this is going to be the raw impressions. Welcome, and let's get to it.
Okay, and welcome to another First Impressions. And this time we're talking about Silent Hill 2 Remake. So guess what? This game is amazing. I've been a survival horror fan for a long time in my life. I started playing the first Resident Evil back when I was on PS1, and I was just like, yo, this game is great, give me more, I love it. And I was playing Resident Evil 2, and I was like, oh my god, I love this game, it's so good, there's so many different endings, it's so great. And then somebody was like, hey man, you ever heard of Silent Hill? And I was like, excuse me? What's Silent Hill? And they're like, well, it's kind of like Resident Evil, but better. And I was like, what? So yeah, I started playing Silent Hill 1, and I got my butt handed to me. And I was scared. Silent Hill is a very different thing than Resident Evil. Like they're so similar, but they're also so different from each other. Silent Hill is like, we're gonna be creepy and we're gonna give you like nothing to go on, but this little radio and a whole bunch of fog and a pipe. Try to live. And Resident Evil's like, hey, you're in this place. Go find some keys. Here's guns. Go wild. Like that's what Resident Evil like gives you all the tools you need. Whereas Silent Hill's like, just try to survive, okay? Oh man. Anyway, so because of that, I love Silent Hill. Now, I have to be truthful and honest about this because I got so wiped the first time I played Silent Hill 1. I didn't go back to play Silent Hill series for a few more years. But then, when I got, smarter and better at games and, better to handle these games, I obtained my own copy of Silent Hill 1, played it, beat it up, and I loved it. It was amazing. And then I was like, yo, Silent Hill 2, and that was the best of the series, so I got that, loved it. It's amazing. Silent Hill 3, good. Not the best, but fun. A lot of fun. A great game. Silent Hill 4, I did not like 4. I didn't like the whole idea of being locked in a room and then you have to like go through portals to go to other areas, but you're always locked in the room, and it was really weird. I didn't like Silent Hill 4. And then I kind of dropped out of Silent Hill because the other games were on PSP and weird things, and I kind of dropped out of the series at that point. But I heard they're making a remake of 2, the best one of the series, and I was like, yes, please give it to me. I need to play Silent Hill 2 Remake. And it's amazing. It is so faithful, it is so good. Like, there have been problems with remakes recently in these days where you're like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be faithful? And a lot of people are yelling at Silent Hill 2 Remake for like, this girl isn't sexy enough. Who cares, man? Like, the girl isn't supposed to be ridiculously sexy. Like, these are supposed to be like real people in the real world who are supposed to look real. Like, I don't need her to be a JRPG sexy mama with like half naked clothing. No, they're people, so they look like people. It's fine. I think it looks perfect. Well, maybe not perfect, but I think it looks great. The graphics are amazing. They are amazingly step up for everything, and like the game just feels so good now. And oh man, people were saying that they toned down the horror. I don't think so, because the creepiness is all still there. Now, yeah, once you get the hang of the game, you kind of like find your rhythm. You don't feel as scared anymore, but the creepiness and that like really creepy lingering feeling is still there, and I still jump every time I hear that radio start to go. I jump, and I'm like, where is it? Where's the monster? So yeah, the game still has a good horror feeling to it, especially once you're in it. If you're like if you're feeling it and you're immersed, you're gonna feel scared. You're gonna feel creeped out. If you're playing it with lights on, the game fully bright up like crazy on your screen, you're not gonna be scared. But if you have the brightness on the correct levels, like my brightness is actually a little high, it's still dark. So I mean, like the game is meant to be dark, really dark. So I have my brightness up a little bit, and it's still really dark. So I mean, yeah, if you're playing the game on the right settings and you're getting immersed, you're gonna be scared. Well, maybe not scared, but you're creeped out at least. It's a fun ride. It's such a good game. You're gonna see in this video. You're probably already seeing. I'm not sure where we are in the video, but oh man, spoilers, I guess. When you're in the apartments and you see the Pyramid Head for the first time, oh man, that terrified me. That terrified me. Like you can see me running around in circles. Like I was terrified. I was literally terrified because I came up, turned the corner, and I saw the red light, and I was like, "That's him." And then I went back behind the corner. I was like, "Oh my god, that's him! There he is. He's right there." Oh man, I'm not ready for this. And then I like walked over, got my courage, walked closer, and he's behind a gate. And the game is just like, the game put him behind a gate. So he can't actually interact with you yet. He's there just to look at you, just to stare at you, just to make you feel scared. And I was just like, yo, you got it. You did it, game. You made me feel scared. like I need new pants. I'm sorry. So the game did its job. Like they put him there just to scare you. And it did. It scared me. Like, and also the fact that he also couldn't hurt me, the fact that he was just there just to look at me, somehow made it actually scarier than actually being able to confront him. The fact that I knew that he was just staring at me because he could take me on. He could reach over and grab me and throw me around if he wanted to, but he isn't. Like that really made me go, ooh, I'm scared. So, yeah. But anyway, as the time of recording, I'm actually already in the hospital. I think I just entered into the other world hospital, and the game is really good. Like, the only thing I would say that I'm not terribly happy about is the combat seems really easy. Now, I'm on standard mode, but like once you get the rhythm going, the combat does not seem difficult. You could dodge pretty well. The dodge is awesome. You could dodge and you slam people like nothing. Like one of the things about Silent Hill that made it awesome and that made it different than Resident Evil was that you find so little ammo and you find so little health or health drinks or health items, I should say. You find so little that you're always on the back foot. You're always like, man, I should run. I shouldn't actually fight these things. I should run. You should always be panicking and on the back foot. But I have like 20 health items, more than 20 actually, because I have like somewhere around 13 syringes and somewhere around 15 health drinks. Now, as of the video you're watching, I did not have those. That's why I was panicking. But anyway, and I have like over 100 bullets in my handgun, and I have a shotgun now with like 20 bullets. So I'm not scared anymore of like fighting these things, which I would say that's unfortunate. Like I feel like I'm really stacked, and I feel like Silent Hill wasn't supposed to be that. You weren't really supposed to get stacked with ammo and stuff. So it's leaning a little bit more heavily towards the Resident Evil side of fan base, where like they want to make you stack so you can conquer these enemies. So I mean, like that's cool and that's fun, but it's not nearly as creepy. I'm still creeped out. Enemies still jump at me, and like the game is still really fun. Don't get me wrong, but I am a little bit sad about like how stacked I feel because, in my opinion, for Silent Hill, I shouldn't feel this stacked. I shouldn't be like walking around with like 30 health items and feeling like I could take on the world. I should feel panicked. So that's a little sad thing, but it's not that bad. It's still a really enjoyable game, and because I have a bunch of ammo, I've actually ended up using a bunch of ammo in the hospital. Whew, I've run through a lot of ammo, honestly. So I'm glad I have a lot of ammo. But yeah, the game is just really good. I've had a great time with it. I think the characters look really good. I think everything is I think it's exactly what we needed in a remake. I think it's amazingly faithful so far. I haven't beaten it yet, and that's why I said, we'll come back for the full review when I finish. So I think we'll close this up right around here, and yeah, we'll come back for a full review when I finish the game. We'll get some pros and some cons. Although honestly, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of cons. The game is really good. So we'll see how it ends. We'll see how I feel at the ending. But yeah, I feel like the game is going to be really good. I'm not going to change my opinion. And yeah, I love it. So I'll see you back here later for a full review after I finish it. See ya!
Am I right about the game? Do you think I'll change after my review, after I finish the game? Let's see. But either way, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to stick around. Doesn't matter. I'll be here next time with another raw impression and another time with another raw review. So, I'll see you later, and let's just keep doing it raw, baby.